Hey guys, it's Sophia Brown here. I've just sat down with Denmarc Creary and we had an amazing interview. We talked about One Extra Live, his next steps, a bit about where he's from and Halloween. So stay tuned if you want to check it out.
Leeds! LWDS what? LWDS what? Home to the streets with the LS postcodes. Home to Brigitte, Vicar Lane and the Head Row. Home to the O11 home phone style tones for every skin tone. LWDS what? I love my accent. Mispronounced T's make it hard for some to understand me, but a head nod is all it takes for us to acknowledge each other. That Ayo or easy fam. LWDS what? We all know that's the anthem of Leeds. Home to Mel B and the Kaiser Chiefs and Heartbroken, T2, Geordie and Grammy Award winning Corinne Bailey Ray and the Denmarc Crearys. That's me. But some say that our city is too small for our big dreams, that we need a plan A, B and C. LWDS is all I need. See, Leeds is the power of the heart and mind combined is enough to change your life. From Jamaica to Leeds, a boy like me was able to speak. Even when I'm away, my tongue carries the words of Kipton, Seacroft, Beeston, Hyde Park, Hairrills, Meanwood, Chapel Town. I am proud to say that this is where I'm from. Leeds, LWDS what? LWDS what? LWDS what?
You have been the talk of Leeds for like 2 weeks now. Tell us all about the One Extra Live experience, how you got to perform on the stage.
One Extra Live, it was as much of a surprise to me as it was to everybody else. Like how it all came about, I was doing a workshop with DJ Target's got a thing called Words First. Right. They put on basically events around in Birmingham, London, Manchester, Leeds, etc., and they're looking for some spoken word artists basically to rep the scene because it's fairly new and it still needs people to kind of. There's only George the Poet that everybody knows really.
Yeah.
So that's what they were looking for. So we did a workshop that's basically focused on writing, developing your writing skills and stuff like that, and your performance skills. And then we did a performance showcase at the end of it. And all throughout this, they didn't tell me that they were kind of looking at people and observing people and like,
right.
Basically it ended up being a test in a certain type of way. And then at the end of the performance, they were like, okay, we've got something for you, well, to tell you tomorrow, but they still didn't tell me. All throughout this, they were like, okay, it's an amazing opportunity. Like there's gonna be loads of people in the audience. They're just telling me loads of details about it, and they're not telling me what it is. Right. And obviously, because everybody knows what One Extra Live is, I think they might have thought I would get panicky or something.
Right.
But then they finally told me like a few days before, after they said I had to prepare a piece for it. So I'd prepare a fresh piece and then rewrite it and redraft it and stuff. And then I performed it to them like 2 mornings before the actual big performance.
Wow.
And they were like, yeah, okay. And then
you got it.
Yeah. And it was just nuts, man. I remember going to soundcheck and I was just like, oh my gosh, what the heck? I seen all these seats. I was like,
yeah. 10,000 people.
Yeah.
10,000.
It was nuts. Like the weirdest thing is I wrote down a goal like on this notebook that I have at home, and it was like, perform at First Direct Arena.
Wow.
But if I was more specific, it would have been like perform a 30-minute set of my music at First Direct Arena, because obviously the dream came true and the goal was achieved. But next time I want it to be more of a thing, if that makes sense.
Yeah, of course.
But yeah, it was an amazing opportunity, man.
Yeah, I mean, everyone was chanting your name and everyone was chanting LWDS, what? Like, how crazy was it to be on after Kid Ink and then before Crept and Conan?
That was nuts.
Yeah,
like, that was a surprise as well, because much respect to the BBC, is not disrespect or anything. They like anything in any of these shows, they just change like that.
Yeah.
So set lists like kept changing. Like nobody knew what the final set list was until like maybe the day before or something.
Right.
And originally they had me opening the show.
Okay.
So I thought that's what it was, and like, okay, they want to welcome everybody to Leeds and blah, 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 and get everybody gassed before the performances start.
Yeah.
The day before, just before sound check, they said, oh yeah, so you know you're on after Kid Ink and then just before Cracked and Conan, all right? And then I was like, wait a minute, wait, rewind, what did you just say? And it was just, it was just nuts, man. They kind of just dropped it on me and I was like, that's the perfect slot.
Wow, yeah.
It was like 10 o'clock. I was like, wow, like everybody's gonna be there. Yeah. It's not like at the start of it when everybody's coming in, still finding the seats.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, man, it was nuts. It was nuts.
Wow, it was the perfect opportunity for you. It sounds like it was the right timing. So, everyone in Leeds that knows you knows you're a creative person. You do videography, you're a dancer, you're a rapper, you produce, and you also obviously do spoken word. How did you get into spoken word, and is it something you want to pursue? Has the One Extra Live experience inspired you to do more of it?
Yeah, spoken word has always been there. I think the first time I ever experienced it was seeing a Leeds Young Authors performance. Okay. Leeds Young Authors are like a group of people that are basically run by Khadija Ibrahim in Leeds. They're the ones that have kind of repped spoken word from, I don't know how long now, like 10 years, 15 years or whatever. Yeah. First seen them perform somewhere, I can't remember where it was. Might have been like at Hillcrest Primary School or something like that. And I was like, I want to get involved. At the time, all I was doing was I was making beats. I've always been making beats. But when it came to writing and stuff, I was always a bit concerned, and I didn't really want to make my writing public. Okay. I seen that performance and I was like, yeah, I want to get involved. They said they've got workshops every Tuesday at 6 o'clock. And I was like, okay, yeah, I'm going to go down. Went down one Tuesday, and then from that point onwards, I was going down every Tuesday for like 2 years or something. So I was a part of Leeds Young Authors for like 2 years. Did a few performances with them, and like helped me build my confidence level, helped me develop my writing skills. And then from there, I've always done spoken word. But what I've been doing more recently is the songs that I write, I've been performing them as spoken word. Oh, okay. Because my words are important to me, so I do write. I tend to write some deep stuff. Right. So it's deep enough or okay enough to perform a spoken word, if that makes sense. And I just have the mind frame that spoken word is just decoded lyrics. Right. Yeah. So I've performed at places like Dead Poets and stuff, which is an event that was going on in Leeds. It was pretty good actually. Performed there a few times. And throughout that, yeah, just performing at school shows and stuff like that, like anything like that. But it's obviously never been on this scale where I'm performing at One Extra Live kind of thing. Yeah. I would have never even thought that they would want that as a part of the show. So it was a good opportunity for me to see what kind of effect spoken word can have on an audience. Yeah. Like I would have never thought that reaction was possible. Yeah, not me neither, to be honest. Like that's what I mean, and it's fresh to everybody, it's new to everybody. Yeah. One Extra's audience demographic is like 16 to like, I don't know how over age, but like young people getting gassed like that over spoken word kind of opened my brain up a bit and seeing what's possible. So yeah, there will definitely be more spoken word. Good, looking forward to it. Yeah, there'll definitely be some more. Well, I did want to mention that I couldn't help but notice in the spoken word performance, he mentioned from Jamaica to Leeds, a boy like me. So the dying question is, are you from Jamaica? Yes. So tell us about the story from Jamaica to Leeds up till now, creatively. Who is Denmarc Creary? All right. I was born in Jamaica. Right. So I was actually born there. He was actually born in Jamaica. It wasn't like my parents were from Jamaica and then my grandma's grandma was from Jamaica. No, I was actually born there. Right. That's where my whole family's from. Right. I moved to Leeds, actually. Leeds is the only place I've ever actually lived. I moved to Leeds when I was 6. Okay. I think 6, 7 years old or something like that. Still had the broad accent. I remember starting school, Brackenedge Primary, Brackenedge Primary, like, Oh yeah, people like Sanchez, Limmy, all them people there, like, and like I think they used to take the piss out of my accent, or they didn't used to understand understand what I was saying and stuff. I remember that. But yeah, so this broad accent Jamaican boy with like little doo-doo plats and stuff, like single flats. Started school, and yeah, that was even an amazing experience in itself. Like being around so many people, like everybody from that primary school has gone on to do amazing things. Like it's nuts. Yeah, so moved when I was 6 to Leeds, lived in Shawbrooks, then moved to Bayswaters, and then I moved to, my high school was Intake High School. It's not called Intake anymore, it's called West Leeds Academy. And that's where I say like my kind of creative journey started, because it was a performing arts school.
Wow, all right.
At first, when I asked my mum if I could go Intake, because I don't know if it was the same for you in Bradford, but you had 3 options or something, and you had to be the closest schools, stuff like that. Same, so I begged my mum to put down Intake as a performing arts school. After the year 6 Leavers Assembly, I performed as Michael Jackson out of Jackson 5, singing, dancing. Don't blame it on the sunshine. Someone sent me the video the other day actually. And that was like an amazing experience. I was gassed about like dancing, singing, performing arts in general. So I begged her to put my name down for Intake, and she was like really hesitant to do it, because you know, like Jamaican parents can be just like, no, you need to blah blah, yeah, exactly. So it was a bit weird at first. I had to actually make her understand that it's not just dancing and singing. You do English and maths and. Yes, put my name down, went to the audition, performed the same routine that my primary school teacher taught me, and I ended up getting in. And then from there, met my group of friends that would become my friends all the way throughout high school. One of them was called Dwayne Kilvington. But yeah, he was always a producer. He used to make bass line and stuff like that. That's where I started to create music. Started on like Cubase, Fruity Loops, eventually Reason, creating this like bassline is like a thing, a UK thing that started in Sheffield. It's like a bass heavy club type of music. So that's what I was making, and then from there I made another huge decision to go to Leeds College of Music. And my mum again was like, wait a minute, okay, so you went from primary school teaching everything to persuading me to send you to a performing arts school, and now you're telling me you want to go to a college that's just music. I was like, yeah. Yeah, and then enrolled to Leeds College of Music, and then got in there, and throughout all this I was doing shows and stuff like dancing and things like that. Joined RJC, just anything to do with performing arts, but music was always the thing. Yeah, and then just got into doing it more and more producing. Didn't really start like writing and recording myself till the last year of college, and then from there started working with artists like 90s. Used to be called 90s Craze back then. Yeah, I did Lewis Brown. Which other artists did I work with? Used to work like Omari, Natty. Yeah, all them. I think Omari's called Watershed now or something like that. Yeah. And then just from there, just carried on doing it till we are where we are now.
Crazy. So.
I know I can talk a lot.
Well, really, the next question is a bit insightful. We've had a stalk on your social media, especially Instagram, and you've been to LA. Yeah. Is this Denmarc Creary's new, like, is this your big break? You've been to LA, you've signed the contract, you with Atlantic or something?
Not at all. You know what, yeah? I knew this would happen because, like, I totally forgot about the LA trip. And it seems like, oh, you performed at One Extra Live, 2 days later, he's in LA, like, he's living the life. That's not what happened, yeah. What happened was, I planned with work to go to LA to do some work over there. So it was still to do with music. You're like filming some of the best musicians in the world, some interviews with them. So that was an amazing experience, actually. So it wasn't personally to do with my like, oh, I've signed a contract with Sony and I moved to LA.
Yeah.
Bye guys. No, it's not. It wasn't not to do with that.
Okay.
But it was an amazing trip. Opened my eyes again musically and like different things, which I've actually incorporated into my upcoming EP. So it should be quite,
Yeah, well, man. That ties into the next question. What is next for you?
Yeah, the next project I'm working on now is the EP. Right. I've decided to call it The Sudden Change. And basically, the reason I decided to call it Sudden Change is with this whole One Extra thing, whole going to LA and stuff. Like, I literally I got the name from a video that I did before. And Lewis Brown actually was like, you know what, you should just call your EP The Sudden Change. I was like, yeah, okay. That makes sense. Yeah, so it's just about basically the way I feel now. Like things I feel like are starting to pick up a little bit. There's starting to be some kind of buzz-ish around my name. Social media is getting quite
well, it's not live. There is a buzz around your name.
Yeah, a little bit. So I decided to like I thought I needed to be quick kind of thing. After that performance, obviously performing to so many people, I thought, like, what's next then? I can't be too gassed about that. And like, obviously I've soaked it in and it was an amazing experience. Yeah. But like, what's the next thing? Yeah,
next step.
It can't be like, oh yeah, he's just done that and then that's it. We don't hear from Denmarc for 3 years. Yeah. So yeah, I decided to work on an EP called The Sudden Change, and that's what's coming up next. Don't really want to talk too much about it.
Oh damn.
But yeah, there'll be like a little promo campaign and stuff, and I've decided to do like a listening session, like invite some artists down from Leeds and stuff to have a little listen, and yeah, man.
Cool.
But yeah, I'll tell you more about it on social media and stuff.
Perfect. So I think we will wrap it up, but before we do, what are you doing for Halloween?
Oh, you know what, yeah.
Don't be boring, come on.
You know what? No, you know what, yeah. I've signed up for this. My girlfriend was like, oh, there's this thing called Scarefest or something like that. And she was like, oh, do you want to do it? Do you want to do it? And I'm like, Scarefest? Blood, I'm not scared of no, blood. Sign my name up, yeah. It's basically, I think I don't even know what it is, but the YouTube video looks mad. You drive into the woods or something.
I know what you're talking
Park
about,
up.
Yeah.
You get out your car and then like you get chased by zombies and stuff. I was like, no. I'm a bit shook, but man don't get shook for too long, you get me? So yeah, I'm going to Scarefest as a little adrenaline booster.
Can we expect a Halloween costume on Instagram from your page?
Oh, I don't know about that. Might do 1 2 2 ting, but I don't know about that.
A 2 2.
Possibly. We'll see.
Well, this has been exciting. I think everyone's waiting for something next week to drop out, and we will talk again soon.
All right, thank you.
From Jamaica to Leeds, a boy like me was able to speak. Even when I'm away, my tongue carries the words of Kipton, Seacroft, Beeston, Hyde Park, Hairrose, Meanwood, Chapel Town. I am proud to say that this is where I'm from.